Nimesh, tell us, Nimesh, what are you picking up in terms of flows?
Well, portfolio looking good. The best part is when the PSUs have recovered. Right?
Yes.
The real PSUs are up 10-odd%, 10-12%. So a bit of a relief rally, so to speak, in the PSU basket. But broadly, from a market perspective, the sense I'm getting is today's pullback is largely led by the financials. The good part is today the private banks have done well compared to the PSU banks, and there is a bit of interest as well, is what I understand from the flow perspective. So again, while there are better sellers, is what I understand, but still some bit of buying is seen in the private bank names in today's trade. I guess from a technical point of view, this 690 is what we've been talking about. That's a very crucial support to watch out for. So that's level has been at least been respected for the time being. So it looks like market can take a support from there and see a bit of a bounce back rally. I guess the bounce will largely be in the financials because that looks slightly oversold as well, technically. So maybe you'll see a bit of a further pullback in the bank names. But again, while we've seen a bit of a pullback in the broader markets as well, it's not backed by large FI buying or institutional buying. So looks like it's a bit of a relief rally in the PSU's names, PSU stocks in the broader market. But FIs are still better sellers. I guess the only brownie point is that today's rally is largely led by the financial names.
Well, Nimesh, last few days, everyone's been only talking about T20s. But the last couple of days, after this kind of a shakeout, at least people are talking about the one-day international, the test cricket, let's play a longer innings kind of thing. But tell us, individual stocks, what do you pick up?
So in terms of individual names, the first stock on my list is BPCL. This stock is indeed the stock of at least this calendar year so far. Up 30% in the last 2 months itself. But now I understand there's going to be a large block deal in BPCL very soon. So that's something to track there. The second name is Bandhan Bank. I spoke about private banks doing good today, but Bandhan Bank stands out. Stock has actually recovered smartly from the intraday lows today. Largely on a bit of contra buying is what I understand from larger institutions in Bandhan Bank at this level. So that's second stock. The third name is Escorts. While the company actually downgraded the forecast for next year, and we've seen a bit of a correction in that stock. But again, in today's trade, there are better sellers, so expect high delivery volumes on the sell side in Escorts in today's trade. And the last is the two Adani group names, AdaniGreen and AdaniTransmission. After a long time, some bit of institutional interest seems to be back. So for the second day running, the feedback is there is a bit of institutional interest. The FIs are back and looking to bid for both these names in cash market. So that's the reason why it's come into my charter list. Both are seeing a bit of delivery-based buying from the larger FIs in the last couple of days.
Interesting list, Nimesh, as always. So both, there's AdaniGreen, which you said, and BPCL, Nimesh. So finally, some monetization, likely?
Not really, Prashant. So my sense is the block that I'm talking about could potentially come from the investment trust. They still own 1.5% stake in BPCL, which has been classified as public shareholders. ONGC owns 51.5%, so it doesn't look like they will sell at this point in time. Of course, they're above the cost price now. So, but again, it doesn't look like that the government will sell or ONGC will sell. So, most likely this is going to be a clean out trade from investment trust. I was just looking at the back history. In 2020, they sold close to 4.3 crore shares. Very recently, in 2021, they sold nearly 12 crore shares and raised close to 5,500 crores. This is the last 1.5% stake which is left according to the shareholding pattern. So, looks like that's the entity which is likely to sell out. So it's going to be a clean out trade, and they've done in the past via open market. So looks like it's going to be an open market block which can come very soon. That's the indication that I've picked up from sources.
Nimesh, sorry, the investment trust, it's a private entity? or is it it's a fund or?
No, Prashant. No. So if my memory corrects me, my understanding is this trust was created long back when there was a merger between BPCL and MRPL. Or one of the group companies, and that's where the 10% trust was created. Out of the 10%, in the last many years, the BPCL trust has sold nearly 8.5. They just left with 1.5% now. So at least I can look at the back history in 2 tranches or 3 tranches. They've sold stakes periodically. So this could be the last clean out trade where they will sell that remaining 1.5%. It's close to 3.3 crore shares. So that works out to, at current price, the deal works out to close to 1,900 crores. Even in the past, the institutions have bought. So it looks like that's going to be a block deal very soon.
That's right.
1.5% is left.
I was just wondering who does the money go to. All right. Thanks very much, Nimesh, for that. So that's BPCL in focus. Ashish Kayal is with